Okay, so this is lavoncason here, back at it again with another YouTube video, and we're finally getting some information about the free update that certain Nintendo Switch games is getting for Nintendo Switch 2. So let's begin with ARMS. Obviously it's getting, an image quality boost and a frame rate boost, optimized for Nintendo Switch 2 for smoother movement, even when playing with 3 or more players. And HDR support. Now that is cool. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That is pretty cool. So Big Brain Academy, brain versus brain, it's not getting a res boost or a frame rate boost or anything like that. It's just getting game share support. Up to 4 people can play in party mode, share locally, or share online via game chat. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which started on the Wii U, is getting a visual update, optimized for the Nintendo Switch 2 display and high-resolution TVs for improved image quality, and also HDR support. So will this game, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which started out as a Wii U game, will it be 1440p or native 4K? That is what I am wondering with this update when it comes to some of these, games that started out as Wii U games. And also it's getting game share support. 2 people can play all of the courses and share locally or share online via game chat, which is neat. That is neat. I'm not gonna lie, that is neat. Clubhouse games, 51 worldwide classics, no res boost, no frame rate boost or anything like that. It's just getting game share support. Up to 4 people can play 34 games, share locally or share online via game chat. Alright, Game Builder Garage. I never played this game before, but it is getting a visual update, optimized for the Nintendo Switch 2 display and high-resolution TVs for improved image quality. And support Joy-Con 2 mouse controls. Okay, that is neat. I'm not gonna lie, that is cool and neat. Alright, so another Wii U game, it basically started out as a Wii U game, is getting an update on the Nintendo Switch 2. And that is New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Updates included visuals optimized for the Nintendo Switch 2 display and high-resolution TVs for improved image quality. I'm wondering, will this be a, game that basically started out on the Wii? Will this game be in 4K or will it just be in 1440p? I'm hoping for a native 4K update. That is what I'm hoping for, but we are going to have to wait and see until the console comes out pretty much at this point. So these games right here are very important when it comes to these, Nintendo Switch 1 games getting free updates, and that is Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. I said violent. But anyways, visuals, optimized for the Nintendo Switch 2 display and high-resolution TVs for improved image quality. Frame rate improved for smoother movement on Nintendo Switch 2. So I guess this is the big performance patch that people have been waiting for these 2 games, which I think these 2 games came out like 3 years ago or something like that. So yeah, these games were known to be buggy, glitchy, having frame rate issues, and now all those are basically sorted out by having Nintendo release a new Nintendo Switch system. So let's go on to the next game, Super Mario 3D World. Visuals optimized for the Nintendo Switch 2 display and high-resolution TVs for improved image quality. Obviously, frame rate optimized for smoother movement, including Bowser's Fury, and it has HDR support. Now, here's the question. For Super Mario 3D World, will it just be 1440p, or will it be native 4K? Because, again, this game started out as a Wii U game. And it also got game share support. I'm hoping that it goes up to 4K. native 4K, honestly, when it comes to the Super Mario 3D World portion of this game. But Game Share has up to 4 people can play Super Mario 3D World. In Bowser's Fury, 2 people can play together with 1 player controlling Mario and the other controlling Bowser Jr. Share locally or share online via game chat. Alright, Super Mario Odyssey. Okay, so visuals optimized for the Nintendo Switch 2 display and high-resolution TVs for improved image quality, HDR support. So I'm probably thinking like, what, maybe 1080p 60 or 1440p 60 in dock mode maybe. And in handheld mode it would be like, what, 1080p 60? Game Share, 2 people can play together, 1 player controlling Mario and the other controlling Cappy. Okay, that's neat. Share locally or share online via game chat. Okay, that's cool. Now, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, which is a game that came out last year, is known to have some performance issues. Well, here's what the updates include. Visuals optimized for Nintendo Switch 2 display and high-resolution TVs for improved image quality. There is no FPS boost. There is no FPS stabilization. Nothing for this game when it comes to that. But it does have, higher res and HDR support, which is cool and neat, I guess. So, here's another Legend of Zelda game. Same situation here. Improved frame rate. Not improved frame rate, I'm sorry, guys. Improved visuals, improved resolution probably, and HDR support, but no frame rate boost, no, 60 FPS, no stabilization for the frame rate or anything like that. No. Same situation. So overall, for most of these games, they're neat. It's neat that they're getting, resolution boost. Some of them are even getting frame rate boost. It's neat. It's nice, but I hope that Nintendo adds more games to the free Nintendo Switch 2 updates list, honestly. I hope. And I hope some third parties, add some games as well, when it comes to getting, free Nintendo Switch 2 updates. I hope so. But yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below of this YouTube video. Thank you guys for watching. Peace, and I hope you guys have a good day, and bye.